whole life. You just didn't know it. You know what date is on this coin?
No.
1958. It's been traveling 22 years to get here. And now it's here. And it's either heads or tails. And you have to say, call it.
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything.
How's that?
You stand to win everything, call it.
All right. Heads, then.
Well done. Don't put it in your pocket, sir.
A man walks into a gas station, he doesn't raise his voice, he doesn't touch the cashier, and he doesn't finish his bag of peanuts. But something's wrong. He starts talking about a coin and asks the clerk to call it. No explanation, just call it. The clerk guesses right and walks away alive. That's the coin toss scene from No Country for Old Men. There's no music, no exposition, just pure tension. And it works because it does what every great scene must. Somebody wants something, somebody resists, and something changes. So let's break that down, scene by scene, and turn your script into something people remember. We're not talking masterclass fluff. No theory for theory's sake. This is the no BS guide to writing scenes. Scenes that crackle with conflict, shift momentum, and glue your audience to the screen. And I'm going to break it down using real, iconic examples. We'll talk structure, subtext, and setting, and also some of the stuff they don't tell you in screenwriting books. Let's go. What is a scene? A scene is not just characters talking. A scene is change. It starts in one state and ends in another. If nothing changes, you don't have a scene, you have filler. In The Social Network, Mark Zuckerberg is out with his girlfriend and he wants to impress her. The opposition here is she wants honesty and connection, and the change is she breaks up with him, and it fuels everything that follows. One scene, one breakup, and it powers a billion-dollar grudge.
You're gonna go through life thinking that girls don't like you because you're a nerd. And I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that that won't be true. It'll be because you're
If your scene has three things, it'll hold. A clear want. Every character needs a goal in the scene, even if it's small. Get out of a conversation, win a game, hide a truth. Adam Driver wants to fix things in Marriage Story. Scarlett Johansson wants to be free. That's the tension. If a scene is opposition, if no one pushes back, there's no drama. In Heat, Pacino versus De Niro in the diner. There's two criminals. There's one cup of coffee. Both know their lives are headed for a collision, but still, there's respect. Tension without yelling, just pure layered conflict. And change. This is the non-negotiable. By the end of the scene, something has to be different. In Fargo, Marge questions Jerry. It starts friendly, it ends awkward. She knows he's lying. She doesn't say it, but you feel it. That's the shift. And let's push it further. Start late, leave early. Don't warm up, drop us into the moment. In that coin toss scene, we don't get small talk, we get tension immediately. No exposition, just a coin, a man, and a life or death choice. Now subtext over dialogue. Great scenes aren't about what people say, they're about what they can't say. In Lady Bird, in the thrift store scene, they're talking about clothes, but they're really arguing about control, independence, and love. The emotions under the surface. I want you to use setting as a weapon. Make your location work with the emotion. In Whiplash, rushing or dragging, it could have been a boring classroom. Instead, it's a pressure cooker. The music room becomes a war zone. J.K. Simmons doesn't just insult, he breaks people. The environment fuels the tension.
Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at your head, Neiman?
I don't know.
Sure you do.
The tempo?
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
I don't know.
I want you to do a
Start counting.
silent scene test. Can you write a scene with zero dialogue? Can it still work? In Drive, the elevator scene, Ryan Gosling doesn't say a word, but the stakes sky high. One kiss, one kill, everything changes. That's tension through behavior, through stillness, through blocking. If your scene only works with dialogue, it's not a scene, it's a monologue. What kills a scene? What ruins a perfectly good scene? Dialogue with no purpose. If you have fluff, get it out. Characters who agree too easily. If there's no opposition, there's no conflict, nobody's interested. Scenes that don't move the story, and here we have the opposite of our change. If there's no change, why is it in the script? Get it out, you're just making work for yourself. And over-explaining instead of showing. Here's a bad example. Two characters explaining the plot to each other like they forgot what happened.
Wait, so you mean we're in a dream? Inside another dream?
Don't do that. Trust the audience, trust visuals, trust change. Now, this is your rewrite checklist. Use this when you're editing. Does someone want something? Is there real resistance or opposition? Does the scene end in a different place than it starts? Is the setting helping the story? Could the scene exist in any other movie? If yes, cut it. Can I remove dialogue and still understand the scene? And does the scene make me feel something? If it doesn't have all of these, cut the scene. I want you to make sure that your scene runs efficiently and it has the right place in your story. It means something and people will remember it. Writing great scenes isn't magic, it's mechanics, and once you master those, you can break the rules with purpose. So stop writing cool dialogue and start writing turning points. Scenes that shift power, that spark decision, that change everything. Write scenes that move, that cost something, that matter. If it doesn't pass the checklist, it doesn't make the cut.